When we meet in court, Tinubu accepts Peter Obi's challenge. President-elect Asewaju Bola Tinubu of the Luring All Progressive Congress (APC) has expressed his readiness to defend his mandate in court, saying he accepts the decision of the Labour Party LP candidate Mr Peter Obi to challenge the outcome of the election. Tinubu's position was made known in a statement issued Thursday in Abuja and signed by the Director, Media and Publicity at the APC Presidential Campaign Council (PCC), Mr. Bayo Onanuga. Part of the statement reads, "We watched with dismay today's press conference addressed by the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, where he made very wild and wide claims about the outcome of the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections, an election in which he emerged a second runner-up, according to the results declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission. We welcome the decision of Mr. Peter Obi to seek redress in court as an aggrieved party if he is convinced of the evidence of electoral frauds he will present before the tribunal as alleged. Going to court is part of the electoral process, and it is the most decent, statesmanlike and civilized course of action to take. We salute the decision. It is surely better than calling supporters to the streets and instigating social unrest." Tinubu added that before Mr. Peter goes to court, he, Tinubu, considers it necessary to challenge some specific claims in his press address. He said, contrary to Obi's statement, it is not true that the election held on 25th February was not free and fair. According to Tinubu, the 2023 election is one of the most transparent and peaceful elections in the history of Nigeria. He said it is because the process was credible that made it possible for Mr. Obi's Labour Party to record the over 6 million votes it got, contrary to the pre-election forecast. That Labour Party and Mr. Obi surprised bookmakers by winning in Lagos, Nasarawa, Plateau, Delta and Edo, where there are sitting governors of either all the Progressives Congress or the People's Democratic Party. Those governors have entrenched political machinery. That Obi won attests to the credibility of the election process. In those states, most of the sitting governors contested election to go to the Senate, and they lost to little-known candidate of the Labour Party. The Labour Party also swept the entire 5 southeast states under the control of either APGA, PDP or APC. We believe that the Labour Party presidential candidate contradicted himself and exposed himself to public ridicule by suggesting that the election was only credible in states and the places his party won. We need us to forewarn Mr. Obi that when he gets to court, he should be prepared to tell the world how his party won over 90% of votes in his region of Southeast, while other parties got almost nothing. We have evidence of voter suppression, intimidation, and harassment in the Southeast, especially of those who came out to vote for our party. Also, when Mr. Obi gets to court, he will have to convince the court with his allegation of rigging in over 40,000 polling units across the country, especially in Northwest and the Northeast, where his party had no party agents and did not sign result sheets as required by law. It is our assumption that the Labour Party will enlist PDP agents to prove its fraud claims, since it is an affiliate of PDP. We want to state again that Mr. Obi didn't win the presidential election and could not have won under any circumstances. This is because he had no path to winning a national election in a multi-ethnic and multi-religious society like Nigeria, where a candidate running in a national election must appeal to the cross-section of our pluralistic society. Mr. Obi anchored his presidential campaign on the failed strategy of ethnicity and religion, the divisive and the dangerous politics that has hobbled the progress of our country for decades. Nigerians simply rejected an ethnicity and religion begot through their ballots. Mr. Obi, all through his campaign, presented himself as the candidate of the Christians and the church who wanted to help take back their country from the Nigerian Muslims. His campaign also ran on the engine of ethnicity, inflaming strong Igbo sentiments. He also sought to cash in on the supposed youth discontent in Nigeria, as fueled by the EndSARS protests in 2020. While Labour Party positioned its candidate as the harvester of the youth votes, its planners forgot that Nigeria does not have a homogeneous and a monolithic youth population that can deliver block votes to any candidate. All the major parties that contested the election also have strong youth appeal and supporters. The lesson in Mr. Obi's defeat in the election is that no politician in Nigeria can win a presidential race by being anointed candidate of any religion. Mr. Obi and his party knew why they failed. They knew they had no path to victory with their negative and dangerous campaign. We owe Labour Party and Peter Obi the blunt truth. They failed in the election. No amount of red herring and the misinformation about the election and the outcome can obliterate this reality. The APC-PCC are there.